Today we're going to replace the brakes on this 2010 Acura MDX all-wheel drive. All right, this is going to be the front brakes. So first thing we're going to do is loosen up or compress this caliper piston into place. All right, using a flathead screwdriver, we're going to stick it right in here and try to catch the lip of the brake and rotor. And what we're going to do is compress this piston in. Kind of hard to get a nice good grip on it, but just compress it inwards, and you could already see the gap here. Just take your time. This will save you the process of using a C-clamp. Like I said, just take your time. All right, and the wheel is actually turning. There we have it. Should be compressed. All right, I'm going to be using a 17mm socket to remove the caliper bolts out of place. I am using my impact. It makes life so much easier. To put them back on, I will not be using the impact. That is a great way of breaking these bolts. Once you have this removed, we'll grab our brake caliper and slide it up here, and as you can see, both pistons are compressed inwards. Sweet. And these pads are still actually pretty good, but I got some replacements already coming. Actually, I already have them here, so we're going to replace them anyways. We're going to replace the hardware and everything. All right, once we have that loosened up, we'll spray this with some brake cleaner, get that nice and cleaned up. Next, what we're going to do is clean up our little boots here as well. We're going to remove our caliper pins. Oh, these have never been serviced. Look how yuck those are. So this is the bottom one, and we'll do the same thing for the top. Just pinch this back. Oh, that is super dry. This top one has the little rubber piece right there. We're also going to be removing these rubber boots. Just like so. Grab a towel, set these right here. We're gonna spray some brake cleaner right into the cavities in there. We're gonna clean this off, spray some brake cleaner onto this here, wipe this down. All right, since I took a while, I'm gonna spray this one more time. Grab the one that does not have the rubber piece in there. Just go in here back and forth, and look at breaking all that stuff up. Same thing with this one here. Yuck. So we want to make sure that that's nice and clean. We'll give it a second. If not, we could always use a little blow gun. Got my little blow gun here. Blow that stuff out just like so. Everything's pretty much nice and dried already. Sweet. All right, we'll clean these little, whoa, a lot of PSI in that. Clean these little boots off. Same thing with this one. And I just like to clean it up with this here. Wipe it off. And same thing with the next one. All right, now we have everything cleaned off. Here is the part number. Here's the replacement pads, brand new hardware. So let's grease everything up. First, let's put in these little rubber boots back into place, just like so. We'll grease the caliper pins up. This one goes on top, this one goes on the bottom. All right, so this is the bottom one. This one slides right into place right in here, just like so. Sweet. And we want this little action going on here, little spring action. Next, we'll do the top one. All right, this will go right up on top, just like so. Put the little boot back on. Boom. Perfect. Next, what we're going to do is add a little bit of grease right here where it makes contact with the new hardware, so that way it tries to prevent any squeakiness from the brakes once you apply the brakes. All right, so this will go just like so. And the top one go right up here. Then we'll put some grease on these as well. All right, and I apply some grease. Now this will go right in here. The little sensor is going to be facing upwards, and I like to bring them in at an angle and close them in. Sometimes it works, sometimes they're a pain. There it is. We'll grab this side here that does not have a sensor, and we'll repeat the same process here. Like I said, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. All right, we're gonna grab some brake and caliper grease, and we'll just put it here where it makes contact with the caliper, and at the back where it meets contact with both of the pistons, just like so. Prevent a little bit of some squeakiness. Now I'm gonna need both hands to bring this down, compress these in, and then we'll put in the caliper bolts that hold them into place. All right, and these have a little groove where they have to be lined up. The caliper actually holds it into place, so you're able to thread these on, and we'll hand thread these on and secure them down with the 17mm socket, and we'll use some hand tools to compress this into place. Do not want to break these bolts. Sweet, but you do want to make sure they're nice and tight and do not want these backing out. All right, and there we have it. All you need to simply do now is do the other side. Start up the vehicle, compress the brake a couple of times. The first 2-3 times will go all the way down. That's because the caliper piston is compressed all the way in. So once you start compressing it, it'll start coming out. Get this nice and tight. You should not have to fill up the reservoir, because once the brakes are brand new, the reservoir should be full. Once they're wasted, the oil fills in here, reservoir gets low. But once you have everything compressed back into place, everything should flow back up to the top. If that makes sense to you guys. But if not, just go ahead and check it, top it off if you need to. But essentially, there you have it, and that is how you replace the brakes on this 2010 Acura MDX. Stay tuned for the next video of how to do the replacements on the rear. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.